And welcome back, 10th of June, further maths 5 a day, and let's just go straight to the first question. Well, this is a reasonably straightforward algebraic fraction, isn't it? So let's see if we can fix it. I'm just pausing to see if I can do anything first, but I won't. Let's just go ahead and work it out and try and cancel things down afterwards. So it's going to be 3 over 4x multiplied by turning upside down 7x squared over 6. Now, I can definitely, before I do this bit, just cancel here. So that's a 1 and that's a 2. And I can also cancel this down to that goes away. Always be careful here, because I think you always risk losing terms or forgetting to write terms. But in this case, it's not too bad, is it? So that leaves 7x on the top and 4 times 2 on the bottom, which is 8, which gives me 7x over 8. Next question. Wow, I cannot think how this isn't anything other than just doing both sides, because that's an identity. So I think I just need to do that and then do that and go, oh, look, they're the same. Let's just crack on. Let's do that. So 3a plus b squared is going to be 3 times 4 minus x plus b, which is 7x minus 4, and all of that squared. So I'm going to neaten this up first before I do that. So that's going to be, let's do it here, it's going to be 12 minus 3x plus 7x minus 4 all squared. Let's pull this as 1. So 12 minus 4 is 8. And then I've got 7 minus 3, which is plus 4x, and all that squared. Now, I could take a 4 to the outside and try and be clever. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it in one go. So that's going to give me 16x squared. 8 times 4 is 32. Double it is 64x. And 8 times 8 is 64, which is this. Now, what I want to then do is do the right-hand side, and actually, let's say left-hand side. I'll then do the right-hand side and then hope that I get the same thing. So let's just get on with doing that. So the right-hand side is 6 times a. Again, I need to show the working here. I can't just skip bits out. Plus 10 times b, which is 7x minus 4. Plus 16 times c. Well, actually, that is a bit easier. 16x squared plus 80. Okay. Have I got all that right? Yep. So let's do some expanding. So that's going to be 24 minus 6x plus 70x minus 40 plus 16x squared plus 80. Well, the nice thing is I know where I'm going. I want to be finding this thing here, don't I? Let's keep that in mind. So let's collect terms. So there's my 16x squared. Good start. Then do my x's. So I've got minus 6 plus 70 is 64 positive, and that's it. So plus 64x. And 24 minus 40 is minus 16 plus 80 is indeed 64. And that equals b, and then clear statement. Now, again, I know you can't highlight in the exam because it won't show up, but I can do it here. So then clear statement that a is equivalent to b as required. Always give a conclusion. Don't just go, well, look, there you go. So always make sure you've got a clear conclusion. Next question. Shown below is a circle, is indeed with equation x squared. So in other words, that is 6. Which means I suspect we're going to be working out equations of tangents, aren't we? Equation with this circle done. Slightly annoys me. The line AB is a tangent to the circle at the point 3,7. Good. Find the area of triangle OAB. Okay, so let's get rid of this for a second. And let's just work out what we're doing. So we're working out the area. Well, actually, it's just all this area here, isn't it? So in other words, I need to work out, well, it is what I said. I need to work out the equation, or the gradient to the radius, the gradient to the tangent, the equation of the tangent, and therefore where the tangent crosses the line. And then I've just got a height and a width, haven't I? So let's do that. So the gradient to the radius is, well, it goes from 6 to 7, which is up 1, and it goes from 0 to 3, which is across 3, which means the gradient to the tangent is minus 3. And therefore my equation of my tangent is y equals minus 3x plus c, through the point 3,7, which means that 7 equals minus, not 21, minus 9, plus c, which means that c equals, add 9 to both sides, 16. Okay, so far. I've now got the equation of my tangent. Let's write it out. So y equals minus 3x plus 16. If x equals 0, well, that means that y equals 16, which means that b equals 0, 16. And if y equals 0, then x equals, well, it's 16 over 3, which means that a equals 16 over 3, 0. And I've got all I need now. So I can just work out the triangle of ABC. So the area equals half the height, which is b, which is 16, times the width, which is A, which is 16 over 3. 16 times 16 is 256. Divided by 2 is 128. So that's going to give me 128 over 3. Question done. Quite like that question. Clever little question. Next one. Y equals this thing here. Given that this equals this, find A. Okay, so in other words, now this is a good example of, even if you have no idea what to do, you're definitely differentiating twice. So let's differentiate once. That would be a mark. So differentiate once is 3ax squared minus 10x. Differentiate again, and that's going to be 6ax minus 10. Okay, so let's put the values of minus a third and minus 6 in. So I know that 6a minus a third minus 10 is equal to minus 6. Let's add 10 to both sides and let's multiply this out. So 6 times minus a third is minus 2a. Add 10 to both sides gives me 4, which means that a equals minus 2. Question done. Not too bad at all today. Hopefully you're getting the swing of these things if you've been following most of the year. Either way, let me know how they went for you. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.